Welcome to the bucket list. Nothing to do with buckets, a lot to do with lists. We have spent years and years putting together all the very best places to go, things to do, what to see in Suffolk and Tuscany so that you can get the most out of your stay. And one of the things that we've noticed over the years is that guests say, we wish we'd stayed longer. Well, the longer you stay, the more cost effective your break becomes. So a 3-night weekend break is far more cost effective for you than a 2-night weekend break. And with guests consistently telling us they wish they'd stayed for longer, then it would make sense to book for longer. So we've put together loads of 3-day itineraries. If you're staying for 4 nights, then you can obviously pick and choose from other bucket lists that we've put together. But the idea is it's a resource that we're building over time to give you the very best ideas of things to make your holiday memorable. So, without further ado, onto a bucket list. Planning your perfect Suffolk break. That is what this video is all about. This is the bucket list number 2. Day 1, Sutton Hoo and Woodbridge. Day 2, Dedham Vale and Flatford. And day 3, Thornham Walks and Helmingham Hall. Let's see what it's all about, shall we? So day 1 in Woodbridge and Sutton Hoo. First of all, Sutton Hoo is a very well-known Anglo-Saxon burial ground. It's just on the River Dedham, right opposite our barge Barges, so very, very easy to get to from either of the barges, but also it's not far from the barns either. You will know it from the film The Dig, if you've seen that with Ralph Fiennes. Well, I don't mean you've seen it with Ralph Fiennes unless you know Ralph and you regularly watch films with him, but that was very well known for in The Dig, so that's Sutton Hoo. Then into Woodbridge itself. Woodbridge is a wonderful little town and it's right by Barges. It's literally a 5-minute walk from our barge in Woodbridge, and we're talking about, in this bucket list, lunch at the Crown, which is kind of in the thoroughfare, and the thoroughfare is basically just a whole bunch of shops, and it's very, very nice, and the Crown is very nice for a very nice lunch. And we also suggest in this bucket list that you go to the Tide Mill Museum. It is, as the name suggests, it's an old tide mill, and it's now a museum. It's a working museum, and it's right by Barges. It's literally the big white building that you see in all of our photographs right near it. And then to wrap up your day, we are suggesting dinner at the Unruly Pig, which it's been voted best gastro pub in like national awards and things like that. So fabulous meal at the Unruly Pig. Day 2 is Dedham Vale and Flatford Mill. We've featured lots and lots of bits and pieces in our blogs and on our YouTube channel about this one. Dedham Vale, very close to my heart because I used to live there. That's where I was immediately prior to starting Wood Farm. And Dedham Vale is basically, it's one of the areas of outstanding natural beauty. We're very lucky to have 2 of them in easy reach of Wood Farm. So Dedham Vale, area of outstanding natural beauty, is outstanding and naturally beautiful. Anyway, so fabulous river there. You've got a lovely walk all the way along to Flatford Mill. We're going to cover in the bucket list things like the craft centre in Dedham, which is in a massive converted church, which is absolutely wonderful. I used to live just around the corner from there. Lunch at the Sun Inn. That's been my local when I was living in Dedham. I have spent far too much money and far too many hours in the Sun Inn in Dedham. Fabulous food and great pub, dog friendly, and that is the Sun Inn on Dedham High Street. And then once you're done with Dedham, off to Flatford. There is, well, that's very well known. We've covered this quite extensively. Very well known for the Haywain, Constable's Haywain painted there, and you've got Willie Lott's Cottage, and you've got National Trust is the word I was looking for, as National Trust Visitor Centre there, and also the RSPB have a centre there as well. So there's loads to do at Flatford. So Dedham Vale and Flatford, really nice, fun-filled, packed day, and your dogs are welcome in all of those bits and pieces. And then day 3 is and Thornham Walks, and wrapping up at Helmingham Hall. Is about 20 minutes north of Wood Farm HQ. Tiny little town really, but it's very quaint, beautiful old buildings, so well worth having a look around there. And then not too far from there, you have Thornham Walks. And again, we've written fairly extensively about this. But Thornham Walks is a very well organised kind of forest trail, as it were. But the pathway's very, very good. So if you're not so good on your feet, then it's a really good one. Obviously, dogs are welcome in there, and it's a fabulous, fabulous place. And then just next to Thornham Walks is the Four Horseshoes at Thornham Magna. That is where I would suggest you go for lunch. You might want to kind of have lunch first and then walk it off, because they do big portions, really, really good food, lovely atmosphere in there. It's kind of an old coaching inn, pink thatched, very typically Suffolk building. So that is the Four Horseshoes at Thornham Magna. And then we suggest that you wrap up day number 3 of bucket list number 2 at Helmingham Hall Gardens. It's about 10 minutes away from Wood Farm HQ, about 15 minutes from Woodbridge, where Dutch Barges is, and beautiful gardens. The hall's open for various things during the course of the year, for some things, but the gardens are open a lot more of the year. So lots of natural flower beds there, big deer park there. I mean, I don't know how big Helmingham Hall is in terms of acreage, it's hundreds of acres, and they have deer running wild there, well, not attacking you and stuff like that. I don't know. I've never been attacked by a deer at Helmingham Hall. So that's Helmingham Hall Gardens. Anyway, hope you enjoyed bucket list number 2, and please look at bucket list number 1 if you want some other ideas as well, and we will be rolling more of these out. So please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and also to the newsletters on the homepage of our website. Just scroll down to the bottom, enter your details, and that way I can let you know about any last minute availability, about cancellations and competitions, that sort of thing, and future bucket lists. So there we go. I'll see you on the next video.